Cek satu.
Check. Yeah. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, students of agribusiness marketing, introductory to agribusiness marketing, class A and class B. We are about to begin the second session of the 3-in-1 program. The Honorable Dr. Dwi Retno Andriani SPMP, Associate Professor Kenichiro Onitsuka PhD, and also Mr. Saptian as the lecturer of Introductory to Agribusiness Management. Welcome to the second session of 3-in-1 virtual program. This is still with Mr. Kenichiro Onitsuka or Onitsuka Sensei for today. Hello? Okay.
Okay. Hello.
Have you had lunch already, Mr. Onitsuka?
Yeah.
Okay,
I
all
took
right.
enough rest.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, are you ready, everyone? Okay. Not yet. It's okay. Grab your drink. It's okay. But please, harap tenang ya. Please be quiet. All right. So today's lectures by Onitsuka Sensei would be about communication technology for new rural governance. Alright? Okay. Bisa diem deh. Okay. Alright. Without any further ado, I would like to welcome Mr. Konichiro Onitsuka PhD. Time is yours.
Okay. Thank you very much for introduction again. If you are ready, I'd like to start the second session. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So let me share the presentation material again. Okay. Okay. Is it clear?
Yes.
Oh,
That's
okay.
clear.
So shall we start? I can start now.
Yes, please.
Okay. So
Good
sorry.
luck.
Okay. So good afternoon, maybe. Again, nice to see you again, and then welcome back to this session, a special session. And then, since I already received several questions regarding this topic, like communication technology in the morning session, but in this session too, I have more brief explanation about what I did for this type of study. But by the way, I already happy to see that most of the students are using smartphones, in the classroom. Yes, it is completely the same as Japan. Yes, Japanese students always have checked some smartphones before and after, and sometimes during the class. Yes, but anyway. As you can see, this type of communication devices are very popular, getting very, very popular, not only in the country like Japan, but also in every country in the world now. And it has a very huge impact on the network of the people. And this session, and the topic is regarding how we can use this type of opportunity for connecting people between rural and urban or outside rural areas, and to reach the advanced new rural governance system. It is very critical because in Japan, as I told you before, Japan always has struggled with the depopulation. There are no very few less human resources compared to urban areas. That's why we need to establish some more broader networks involving some outside stakeholders. And this is the topic or the major concept of my research on this topic. Okay. So maybe I don't need to explain this again, but yeah, I just show you to look back. Uh, it is like I said, the ideal style of the rural governance, yeah, in Japan or some countries suffering from depopulation, yeah, because rural community, yeah, doesn't have rural community doesn't have sufficient resources inside the village. And that's why they need to seek for some other supports from other stakeholders outside the rural areas. This is the key concept, and that's why we need to establish the new network among those variety of stakeholders. And this is the point. Okay. And for this type of topic, one very important keyword is this one, social capital. Maybe you have already learned or not, but this is a very popular academic term in the world. And social capital is defined as the public good, the amount of participatory potential, civic orientation, and trust in others available to cities, states, or nations. But of course, it is to rural areas. And this is a very popular researcher, academic researcher partner, Robert Patron, definition. And also some other important point is social capital refers to the connections among individuals or social networks and norms of reciprocity and trustworthiness that arise from them. Yeah. So the key point is the social networks, and that's why I focus on the communication tool to establish the social networks in rural areas. Yeah. And there are several types of the social capitals, but maybe I don't have enough time to explain the details. So please check these words. These are very familiar words in the world, so you can easily find some information on the internet. Okay. And this is also the very basic concept when I started my doctoral study, maybe about 12, 13 years ago. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. This is a very simple concept because since 10 years ago, more than 10 years ago, we suddenly had another kind of place for communication online. Yeah, this is an online communication space. But before that, we had only the real communication area. So this is a very huge change. And then I wanted to use this online communication space for a very new approach to the rural planning. Because using the online communication space, we can have another opportunity to connect people online. And these people are sometimes not only within the same village, but rather sometimes from out of the village. Yeah, this type of bridging network also can be established. Yeah, this is the concept, the advanced point of the communication tool, online communication tool. But of course, online network is not enough for the real challenges. So maybe we have to consider how to make this established online communication, online networks to the real world. How we can bring these networks to the real world. That is the key point for the rural planning issues, rural planning. And finally, this is also a bit complicated. So, but this is a theoretical process of the social innovation or network style of the governance using ICT. Yes, I actually developed this framework based on the kind of literature review. And then, yeah, just have a very short explanation. Is that firstly, we always need to have a kind of infrastructure. Yeah. So without any devices or any kind of mobile networks, then we cannot reach this type of trials, challenges. We cannot do this type of challenges. So first, infrastructure is very important. That is regarding the connectivity. But now, maybe most of you already have the smartphone, for example, and also you can directly access the internet anywhere and anytime. So maybe connectivity issue already relatively, done, finished. So the next step is the adoption or some other kind of skill-related things. Because if you have some smartphones and you can connect the internet, but for you, like younger people can easily use this type of networks, but elderly people, sometimes they do not have enough skills to use, or they do not know how to use the internet or how to use the smartphone, blah, blah, blah. So that's why some education or skills or motivation raising also are necessary to close the digital divide. Maybe you don't, and I'm not sure if you know this word, digital divide, but also this is also very, the very popular term in the world, digital divide. This is a very important keyword, so please check it on the internet. And then after digital divide is closed, so maybe people can get to use the kind of these devices, networking devices, then it becomes a kind of opportunity for the people to establish some new networking or new communication online. Yes, and then through this process, the social capital can be established online through the online network. This is ideal theoretical process, but if everything is successful, then maybe people can get social capital, foster the social capital, even using the online networks. Yes. Then finally, if we can establish the online networks, then we can share the knowledge of our with each other. And then, of course, the innovation is always established by the knowledge sharing by a variety of people. Yes, so different type of knowledge should be shared, mixed to make innovation. So after this knowledge sharing is successfully done, then innovations finally can be reached. Yes, we can reach the innovation. This is a theoretical process, but now rural area still there is some challenge in somewhere in this area. In this area, yes, people still suffer from some kind of how to use the internet or something like that. Okay. So based on this basic knowledge, and then I would like to introduce some of my research experiences regarding this topic. So first one is regarding the scope project. This is actually the project, the first project after I came back to the university for the PhD study. Actually I launched this project together with some other researchers. So just briefly introducing this objectives of the rural scope project. Actually, it was supported by Ministry of Internal and Communication, MIC, Japanese government, then funded by this MIC between 2012 to 2030, nearly the 2 years. And the overall objective of this project is to develop the ways to revitalize rural communities by building up communication place on the internet. As I mentioned already, and boosting the circulation of the knowledge and information online in rural areas among a variety of actors or stakeholders, not only inside, but also outside the rural areas. So I tried to combine a variety of knowledge from both inside and outside the rural areas to reach the innovation, kind of new ideas or new innovational approach. This is the objective of this project. And then I did several activities in this project. but I don't have time to explain a lot. But today's focus is mainly on this first part, which is developing an ICT system integrated with representative social media. At the time, actually, Facebook was in the beginning, actually, just promoted to the rural area or to Japan, and to use the using the Facebook, I try to facilitate the information and knowledge communication online and to boost the social capital. Yeah. So I mainly talk about this type of topic. And the second one is a bit different, so I skip today. Okay, so first, this is a target community study areas. We picked up or we selected 3 study areas, or sorry, 3 villages as a study areas for the following reasons. Firstly, these areas not too much aged, and also they have some strong motivation to improve the regional situation, and also they have some bit inconvenient location, which is distant from each other. Yes, each other or from the urban areas. So bit distant. Yes. So these are the places of the villages, selected villages. And this is actually the map of the Kyoto Prefecture. Now I am here, around here. This is a kind of Kyoto city, which is in the southern part of the Kyoto Prefecture. Yeah, but actually Kyoto Prefecture is not urban. Most parts are very mountainous, but even in the mountainous areas, there are a lot of some small-scale rural villages. Then some basic information of the 3 villages are as follows, this shown in this table. But you don't need to check. But just please, just have a very few focus on this part. Yeah, the proportion of the elderly people, it is relatively high, from 30 to 40%. Sorry, and the definition of the elderly people here is like the people who are aged older than 65 years old. So maybe you can imagine how aged these areas are compared to your country. Yeah. And of course, in the beginning, especially more than 10 years ago, as you can imagine, there were no residents who were familiar with this type of tools, like social media or some other devices, portable devices like smartphones. And so to start this or to initiate this project, we had to have a lot of some briefing sessions or seminars to teach how to use those new tools or new infrastructure. Yes, it was quite tough for us. Yeah, because I always visited some mountainous rural villages. Sometimes maybe at least once a week or once or 2 times a week. Yeah, it was so hard for me to always visit those villages and explain or teach how to use those things. Yes, yeah, it is because most of the residents are elderly, so they have no idea what they are, what these, for example, iPads or Wi-Fi, Facebook, blah blah blah. They do not know anything about this. Yes, but we patiently repeated these seminars or teaching seminars several times for each areas. Then finally, we found that maybe even the elderly people has been able to get familiar with this type of ICT tools, such as Facebook or smartphones, if they get some opportunity to learn how to use them. Yes, but without those educational opportunity, maybe they do not never get familiar with these tools. So education is very very important and critical to facilitate these type of challenges. Maybe this might be the same in Indonesia. Yeah, I guess. Okay, so these are the pictures of the kind of seminars. For example, seminars together with some students teached how to use for example, Facebook or the iPad and tablets, blah, 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 to those people. You can see, yeah, right? These are very typical members of the rural areas, who are very elderly. Maybe youngest was still already older than 50 years old. Yes, and we repeatedly did a lot of activities to teach how to use these devices, and then finally, most of these elderly people get familiar with us. Yes. And also, we had a lot of variety of some experimental challenges regarding these things. So, for example, this is actually very dark, so it's not easy to see. But yeah, it is sort of the picture of the workshop, which was held in the very mountainous area. Actually, this is a very traditional house in rural areas, and actually there was no electricity. Of course, we did not have the kind of wired network, internet connections. So we used the kind of mobile networks, very poor connection networks. And then also we brought some electricity to somewhere else. And then finally, we realized this type of workshop in the very poor environment. Yeah. And also recently, we, together with some students, we had several other challenges. As maybe Ms. Nobi-san already introduced, I sometimes focus on this type of new devices. Like, for example, this is a virtual reality devices, like head-mount display. And then also, this is also the same. Why I use this is because I use this device, this head-mount display, to show the remote landscape. Yes, for example, this younger students is seeing some landscape of a very far rural areas. And then why? It's because I want these students, for example, younger students who are not familiar with this area in reality, but they can see the landscape and they can make some opinions or blah 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 for example, landscape planning or rural planning. For example, what is the good point and what is not in this landscape, and to facilitate those kind of participation from outside, far from here, far from the area, then I had some potential. I try to examine the potential of these new tools. This is with latest challenges, and also we use sometimes the drones to make this type of 3D models. This is a very realistic model, but yes, digital model. But also using this type of 3D models, people can easily see the local landscape far away from this real areas, and then they can check some issues in the area and say some opinions, opinions and knowledge, input the knowledge to the local areas. It's also a very big potential for rural areas to obtain several new knowledge or new idea from outsiders. Yes. Okay. Actually, it was very rare topic on rare challenge at that time, maybe more than 12 years ago. So we were sometimes on the newspaper articles, like this. Yes. And then, of course, this was the research project. So we had carried out some surveys several times during the period. And maybe I don't need to say much about this summary of the questionnaires, for example, but I just want to show some very few results from this project. So firstly, this was the internet usage or internet adoption rate at the time. Yeah, okay. So we can see that even maybe more than 12 years ago, maybe people who are aged in the 30 years or maybe 40 years old, blah, blah, blah. Then most of the people already started using this internet, even at that time. But the problem is that older than 40 years or 50 years old, maybe this rate sharply dropped. And then maybe for those who are aged 70s, 60s, or sometimes 80s, they did not use this internet. Also, this is a proportion, but as I told you in the morning, majority of the rural residents are maybe older than 50 years old. So these are actually majority. Yeah, and this proportion is very smaller, much smaller than this age group. Younger age group is very small. Yes. Okay. Maybe I actually had some surveys in Indonesian rural villages, and then I found a very similar tendency. It was about 7, 8 years ago. Yeah, yeah. At the time, even younger people already started using the internet, but maybe residents who are aged maybe older than 40 years old, yeah, it was very rare for them to use the internet. Yeah. So now maybe situation must be a bit better, I guess. So I want to do some surveys again in Indonesia, actually. And also the important point is this. Yeah, this is the relation between the age and the sense of community, and between the internet users, active users, and yeah, non-users, yeah, or passive users. Yeah, as you can see that as age grows, as age gets older, of course the sense of community also becomes higher. Yeah, it is very clear. Right? So elderly people has more attachment to the place. Yeah, because they lived there longer than younger people. Yeah, so sense of community is very high, higher than younger people. But problem is that, yeah, but as age grows, the internet population, internet usage rate becomes very low, as I showed you before. And compared to that, the younger people has actively used the internet, yes, but they do not have higher sense of community. This is in Japan, in case of Japan. Yeah. Maybe Indonesia has a bit different situation. So which means that in internet usage, sometimes leads to a kind of negative consequences. Yeah, because they do not have strong attachment to the community, but they actively use the internet. Then what happens? Yeah, of course, in the younger people always check the, for example, internet website, and now they can easily see the, for example, a lot of information or in a lot of videos, music, blah blah blah, movies, all from the internet. Yeah, so they can spend more time on the internet, not for the community, but also for other purposes. Might be a very huge kind of big negative consequences. Yeah, so I actually, this is also my current focusing point yeah, in my research. Yes. And another result is that this is actually the social networks using the social networking analysis. There is a kind of technique to visualize the social networks among the people. This is an academic kind of techniques, not so difficult. Then I draw the social networks after the introduction of the social media, and then what happens online. And this is the result. And we can see that, this circle, inside circle means the network inside one village. So there are 3 villages, right? So what in this village, there are several persons, and then there are some networks, social networks established in this area, and also each area. Yes. Yeah. But sometimes, but at the same time, we can see some persons, like here in the red circles, which means that they are some kind of key, we call it like key person, but it's kind of brokers or mediators. Yeah, some very motivated people became a kind of broker or mediator voluntarily, and then they started connecting the people not only within the one village but also along among the different villages, including the different villages. Yes. So this is a very important result, a kind of spillover effect. Because we didn't expect much about this type of things, but some motivated people voluntarily connect the people together. And then now some broader networks was established. This is a very interesting point for me at that time. So actually, there are a lot of things done in this project, but so far in this lecture or session 2, we have so much time. So I move on to the next topic. But this is very similar. Very similar. To the scope project. Yes. And but maybe I have to. I had better skip it. It's a bit confusing. Sorry. And then also maybe this is another research opportunity for me, but it is to examine how the kind of rural people are connected. How those multiple rural peoples or rural villages are connected. I wanted to examine this connection, but this time I focused on several types of the communication means, not only internet, but sometimes in person or email, a telephone, blah, blah. Yes. And then I try to examine how people are connected, how much people are connected. Yes. And then the target villages are much more than the scope project. This time, in this research, I focused on I targeted 46 villages all through the Kyoto prefecture. Then again, I visualized their kind of networks, established networks between those villages. Some villages are very far, like from, as you can see, some are in the southern part of the Kyoto prefecture, and some are in the northern part. And maybe there are more than 100 kilometers from the north to the south. They are very far. Okay, so as I said, I checked some connection means, how they are connected. And this is the examples of the result of the connection between those villages. But the means are in person. So this is a physical connection. And sorry, I don't have time to briefly explain those very kind of legends, but you can just see that the connection are established so well, but it is inside the region. I have to say, there are actually 5 a bit large scale area. Kyoto prefecture consists of 5 large scale areas like Tango, Chutan, Nantan, Kyoto-shi, and Yamashiro. These 5, but broader areas. Broader means broader than the municipality. These are municipalities, but this larger area includes some multiple municipalities, and each color corresponds to each large-scale area. So we can see that within one large-scale area, people are actively connected in person, because they are not so far. So they can directly communicate with each other in person. And also in the other large area, also we can see the same. Yeah. So now we can see that even a bit far, but inside large scale areas, people already have some connection, physical connection. So they may have some knowledge exchange or some consultation with each other, blah, blah, blah. Yes, this is a result of in-person. And also this is a telephone. Yeah, but still we can have some strong networks inside the same large scale area. But these among the multiple large scale area, there are very few connections. So yeah, we can see that there are very clear kind of transparent borderline between those areas. Yeah. Also emails, but emails, this survey was done maybe 7-8 years ago. So maybe at that time, email was not so familiar in the rural areas. So yeah, since physical connection was established, but they did not use this email or social media. Yes, there are very few connections, but just a few people can connect to each other using the social media, not only in the large scale area, but also along the areas. Yeah, but it is quite limited. So we need to think about how to vitalize this type of more broader connection using the online or social media. This is one challenge even now. So this is a summary, but I already explained. This is mainly the same. A bit details are explained, but like, for example, younger and female leaders have started using ICT to communicate with distant communities. Yeah, this is actually very important, interesting point, but because some villages or these persons are mainly females, actually. So females are more familiar with this type of communication tools compared to some male, especially the elderly male. Yeah. So yeah. So I realized that the power of the female or potential of the female also is very high in the rural areas, especially for this type of communication related things. Okay. So I still have time. 5:45. Yeah. Okay. I try to wrap up. Okay. So this is another challenge, but this study has more kind of broader or macro perspective. Yeah, but topic is very similar, but it has a very broad perspective. So this time I focused on the all over Japan. So I picked up, what I did is to find how many small-scale rural villages already adopted or started using internet. Yes, all through Japan. And then internet or the social media like Facebook. And this is the result. We can see that most of the villages do not, this one. Sorry, totally, there are more than 450,000 rural villages actually in Japan. Yeah, very small rural villages in Japan. So there are a lot of villages. But among those number, we found only 117 villages, which has already started using the Facebook or social media in maybe around 2015 or 2016. Yeah. So we can see that it was quite rare for rural communities or rural villages to use this type of digital tools. Yeah. But very another important point is that I had a very fundamental question. Why those villages, like for example, among 100 villages, could start using the internet? Yeah, because it is actually unbelievable because I didn't expect that. So why? It's because there was some very influential kind of influencers, not only in the village, but also from outside. Yes. So these villages, successful villages, invited some people from outside to vitalize this type of new challenges. Yeah, this is actually very clear. This was very clear in my research. Otherwise, not only within the one small villages, it was not possible to do this type of advanced or new challenges. So through this study, I again realized the potential of the outsider is quite important for the new style of governance with a network with a lot of other stakeholders out of the villages. So these are just introduction. I already shown this picture, but we, together with some students, often try to use some new tools. Yes, and this was I already introduced. This was a 3D models. We can make this type of 3D models much easier than before using the drones. So to make this landscape or digital 3D models, we fly the drone by ourselves and then take a picture from the aerial picture from the above. Multiple pictures, many pictures, and then we merge or synthesize them together, to make this type of 3D dimensional models. Sorry, I cannot explain the detail in this limited time, but maybe you can check and you can easily actually realize this. Using the drone. If you have a drone, it's very easy. It's getting easier. And then also through the trial or challenge using the 3D models were very useful to obtain the opinions from the outsiders. And the opinions are sometimes what local villagers have never perceived, never come up with. Yes. So using these new tools, it is potentially possible for rural areas, in the mountainous areas, to obtain some new ideas from outsiders. This is also the same, and this is using the kind of virtual reality to realize the kind of landscape evaluation by outsiders, as I showed before. Yes. So this person in this laboratory, this is our laboratory, and then the students see the landscape and say some opinions or what they feel about this landscape, blah, blah, blah. Yes. So this is also another potential to obtain some new knowledge from outsiders. Okay, so finally, I want to close this session too with this slide. So anyway, sorry, I skipped several kind of details in my past researches, but wrapping up all the results, and then I theoretically made some possible process of the rural planning in the future with digital communication technology like social media or some other 3D models or virtual reality. So first, I think we need to attract people with some skills and experiences of taking advantage of digital communication technology, and regional promotion. But these type of people are not often available in the village. So we need to find those villages outside the villages. We try to attract those those people. This is the starting point. Otherwise, maybe rural area may struggle with the communication, this type of technology. Yes. And then next is of course, using the power of the people kind of influencers. And then we try to bring the rural areas into the cyber world or more online world. The online world, we have no barriers of the distance. So we can, or the rural people can easily communicate with people far away from the villages. Yes. And then on the online platform or online area, then they share the realistic regional information, using, for example, the 3D models of virtual reality, blah, blah, blah. Then collect some opinions, useful opinions or ideas from other outsiders or external stakeholders. Then finally, a lot of variety of knowledge are mixed. Then it can be leading to the kind of social innovation or innovation. Yeah, innovation means a kind of very new method or new idea to keep the rural areas sustainable or to revitalize the rural areas. This is my ideal process based on my researches, but probably it can be useful for Indonesia. It can be applied for some other countries. Yes, when this type of new challenge are considered. Yes. Okay, just 45. Yes, thank you. Yeah. So now this is the time to finish this session too. Thank you very much, and I welcome the.
Thank you very much for the presentation, and give a round of applause to presentation of Onitsuka Sensei from Kyoto University. All right, thank you very much. That was session 2, communication technology for new rural governance. Yeah. Now we come up with the discussion session. So I think it's very interesting and sexy topics here about the challenge to bring the rural areas into the cyber world. Yeah. Okay, of course. The Indonesians also have so many challenges, and maybe we can learn together from Japan. All right. Question? Any question? Thank you. Come, maju, silakan. Please.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. My name is Saida Driatul Muna. I am from Class B Agribusiness. I just look for information on the internet about agricultural technology in Japan, one of which is using high-pressure sodium vapor lamps technology to grow hydroponic vegetables. Using this technology product vegetables that thrive and grow quickly compared to the usual conventional planting process. Why does it happen? Thank you.
Alright. Pinjam pertanyaannya. Terima kasih. Thank you from Saida. The name is Saida. She's from Class B. We have Class A and Class B. Okay.
So you are asking about the kind of agricultural technology.
Yes.
Not communication technology, but agriculture, for example, machineries or not machineries.
The name of the technology that she was asking is pressure sodium vapor lamps technology to grow hydroponic vegetables.
Pressuring.
Pressure sodium
I can catch
vapor.
Name clearly.
Yeah.
Pressuring.
Pressure. Yes.
Pressure.
Sodium.
Land pressure.
Land pressure to grow hydroponic vegetables.
To make land flatten. Something like that.
Yeah, I think it is kind of technology using lamp to grow hydroponic vegetables.
Hydroponic vegetables. Yeah, actually several types of technologies are in my mind. So
Yes,
I don't know which is the appropriate. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Maybe we can start
Is
by
it for is it
is
for the
is it
rice farming?
Japan community also use kind of like hydroponic method before?
Hydroponic methods. Hydroponic methods for rice farming.
Ah,
No, vegetable
no,
farming.
this is the question for vegetable farmer. Yes.
For the vegetable.
Uh-huh.
Vegetable. I see. I see. Vegetable farming.
Yes.
Okay. A kind of, for example, the automatic control of the water,
Yeah.
humidity, and of course some other nutrition in the soil. Blah blah blah. Sorry, not soil, but in the water. Is it something like that?
Yes, yes.
Maybe.
Maybe,
Yeah.
huh? So the medium is hydro. It means
Yeah.
water.
Hydroponics. Yeah. Hydroponics. Sometimes it's like kind of factory, plant factory. Don't you know that? Yeah, actually, now the latest new challenge in Japan for the kind of vegetable farming is, of course, the hydroponics. But we make a kind of factory, yeah, factory, and inside the factory we do the hydroponics and grow the kind of vegetables using the hydroponics techniques without soils.
Without
And
soil, yes.
in this type of factory, we always, automatically control the kind of water level, water quality, nutrition quality, and humidity, light, blah blah blah. It is a very kind of systematic style of the agriculture. Very new, but it's not very popular now. Yeah, why? It is because it is very expensive. Yeah, very expensive.
Because it's very expensive. Yeah.
So it is possible, technically possible, but
Possible.
still expensive.
Oke.
Yeah.
Jadi itu di Jepang itu mungkin mereka juga menggunakan hidroponik, tetapi para petaninya memang sebagian besar itu padi. Dan hidroponik itu agak ekspensif kalau di sana ya. So ketika dikatakan compared to conventional planting system, maybe they also use the technology but with many choices ya. With some of it is hydroponic vegetables. Okay, all right. Any question maybe? I have a question for you related to the rural areas, bringing rural areas into the cyber world. Okay, so I'm curious to know what are the key strategies and challenges in bridging the digital divide and integrating rural areas into cyber world. And is there in Japan any initiative with a specific context to bring the rural areas into cyber world? What do you think?
It's an initiative, kind of official initiative.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, now, for example, in the morning, I guess, maybe I showed you the kind of administrative structure. Of course, the topest level is the nation. So national governments make a kind of big plan to cover the broad challenges in Japan. And then one plan, the largest plan, very basic plan for maybe nearly for the next 10 years. This is a quite broad plan. Then the key concept is a kind of digitalization, actually. Yeah, key concept. It is so-called, it is in Japan called like Society 5.0. Society 5.0. Yeah, maybe you don't know, but you can check it on the internet. Society 5.0. Yes. And then in the concept of the Society 5.0, maybe the bridging people
Sure.
not only within one limited area, but also some, across the areas, are highly, motivated, because due to that, because we suffer from the depopulation, in many places. So every place is suffer from the depopulation or human resource shortage. So they need to always connect to someone or some stakeholders outside
Okay.
their area. So those vital communication along the areas are highly motivated and appreciated in the top level plan. Yes. And
Okay.
also another very popular policy program is called a kind of how to say in Japan digital rural digital rural city or something like that. Yeah, actually, sorry, it's not easy to translate it into English, but yeah, this is actually the name of the policy. Yeah, and also this is a very big policy. Yeah, so digitalization of the local areas, including the rural areas, in the central topic of the current Japanese development policy. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Yes, thank you for the answers. Now we go with the student again. In case you're curious about today's topic, is very good. Yeah, we know that there are some communication media like emails. Ya, satu lagi apa coba? Social media, right? Okay. Ada
Social
pertanyaan?
media very popular. Social media is very popular.
Is very popular in
Very
Indonesia.
popular.
Yeah, in Indonesia we also have the Facebook, but nowadays Facebook is for people with the age of usually
Yeah.
35 up to 35 they have Facebook, but
Yeah.
for young generation like millennial and Gen Z, usually they have Instagram in Indonesia.
Instagram. Oh.
Yeah. There are three. One more is Twitter. They sometimes use.
Twitter. Yes.
Oh, four. The other one is TikTok.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
because
Yeah,
TikTok combining video and also information.
Yeah.
Even
Oh, it's the same. Yeah, Japan was the same. Yeah. Completely the same.
all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I know that Miss Nobi-san is a very active user.
Yes, I have just add your Facebook account. Okay. You
So
maybe they are very shy,
but Japanese students are more shy.
Oh,
No, more shy.
Asian student
Don't worry about
tends to shy. Ada nggak? Kalau nggak ada, aku tanya. I am interested to know what is the effectiveness of email compared to social media as communication networks among rural leaders in
Rural
Japan.
leaders.
Yes.
Yeah. Email.
Email is more.
Yeah. This is just a kind of popularity because firstly, for example, in 2005 or something, at that time we didn't have any social media. We or just used the kind of email. Email is the only communication tool, digital communication method. And then Japanese society started using the email so actively in maybe 2000. So that most elderly people used to the email compared to social media. Social media had become popular maybe in around 2010 or 2015, somewhere between them. But at the time, the elderly people already got older than before. That's why they are not familiar with those social media. That's why they prefer the email as a time of the survey. But now even elderly people use the social media now.
All right. So, um, mic-nya habis. I'm so sorry for the delay. Pertanyaan lagi? Question? Okay. I
If not,
have a friend from China. The name is Wang Linma
oh,
at the time. And he told me the popularity of check the using of marketplace. Okay, sorry.
yeah.
Because in China, no, the farmers is not only use, they have email, they also have social media, but mostly the most interesting thing that I learned from my friend Wang Linma from China is
Yeah.
the farmer also an active user of marketplace.
Marketplace, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
Well,
Yes, I know.
this
Yeah.
is things that Indonesia needs to learn because in China they have a good storage. As you know that selling agribusiness product is challenging through
Yeah.
marketplace or social media in Indonesia. But somehow our friend in China, they especially for citrus, yes, citrus farming. And my question is, how about in Japan? I mean, do you
Yeah.
observe that every farmer also have a marketplace, and is it also one of the way for marketing
Yeah,
product?
yeah. Yeah, it is definitely the one very kind of important, how to say, the opportunity for the farmers to sell their product directly to the market online. Yeah, it is very popular, but not very popular because of the kind of digital divide, or some elderly people are not used to internet. And so only some limited but motivated farmers have already actively used that kind of online marketing and sell some products directly to the consumers. It is already happening, but not all. Not all. Yeah.
All
Still,
right.
majority of farmers are not used to this type of marketing, new type of marketing. Yeah.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the
Thank you.
reality of Japan. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, we are interested to go to Japan. Actually, my friend Septian is going to bring the
Yeah.
group to Japan again, and he already,
I heard of that.
yeah, send
Next
you
month.
message by Facebook, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. One more question, ladies and gentlemen. Class, ada bintang? Yuk.
Can I ask students?
Yes, yes, please. You can
Very
ask student.
very
Gantian ya.
simple question. Very simple questions. Yeah. Do you want to live in rural areas?
Can you repeat again,
How
please?
many how many students want to live in rural areas in the
Okay.
future?
So, okay. Now please pay attention to the question ya. Siapa di antara Anda yang mau tinggal di rural areas? Please raise your hand if you like to live in rural area. Raise your hand please. Raise your hand. Oh my
Oh,
God,
oh my
I'm
God.
so sad to know that
Nobody.
nobody is raising their hands. Yeah. Coba ayo
Even in the
angkat
agribusiness
tangan ya,
course.
nggak ada yang bohong, nggak boleh ya. Rural area, raise your hand if you live in rural area. Angkat tangan kalau kamu tinggal di daerah pedesaan. Raise your hand please. Gak apa-apa guys, ya. You know that this is also challenge ya. So you can
Challenging, yeah.
see we have
I understand, yeah.
80 student and nobody.
Nobody.
Yeah. Actually, Kediri, Brawijaya University in here that we have the 3-in-1 is located
Yeah.
in Kediri. This is city, but it also
Okay.
have villages. But they tends to choose living in urban area.
Urban area.
Yeah.
No, nobody wants to be farmers.
Yeah.
Farmers.
Okay. Tapi kalau siapa yang tertarik untuk belajar rural areas, rural planning, ada nggak sama Sensei? Raise your hand. Who would love
Jadi,
to learn
harus ada
rural
yang berangkat
planning
ini ke
with
Jepang ini.
Sensei Onitsuka? Is there any one of you who would love to learn
Yeah.
rural planning with Onitsuka? Ayo nggak apa-apa ngajeng aja, kasihan loh tadi. Ayo raise your hand please.
Oh, nobody.
They are very shy.
It is shy. Because shy, they are shy.
Yeah, shy. In Indonesia, we usually in one class we have 30 to 40 students. What about you teaching apa? Bachelor class in Kyoto?
Like a class?
How many students?
It depends, but yeah, some classes has maybe about 100. But
almost the
average
same.
is maybe 40, 50 students. The
see.
same, yeah.
Yes.
Same like this, yeah.
Almost the same with here
Yeah,
in
almost the same,
Indonesia.
almost the
Yes,
same.
yes. Okay. So I think still need 5 minutes again. Maybe
5 minutes.
all right. Is there any question or you want to say something? You want to ask about Kyoto University or the laboratory of Mr. Onitsuka?
Don't worry. You don't need to feel stressed. Just
I'm sorry, Mr.
they take it easy.
Good.
Maybe Nobi-san or some other professors can give you credit. Yeah. Don't worry.
Mr. Onitsuka,
Hi.
thank you for the great material.
Oh, no. Thank you very much.
Very useful for us.
Oh, yeah. Glad to know.
We will come again to Kyoto University on November 17.
You also?
See you
together.
again.
Okay. Look forward to seeing you. Yeah. Thank you. Waiting for you. Please bring some students
Okay.
if possible.
Jadi,
Oh.
good afternoon. Prof. Baik. Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Professor
I can hear.
Kenichiro Onitsuka. Let me introduce myself. My name is Bintang Putra Arifianto. I want to ask.
Oh.
Okay. I want to ask if we want to be students in Japan.
Well,
Sorry.
yeah. Check. Google.
Okay. If we want to be students in Japan, do we have to learn Japanese?
Huh?
If we want to be students in Japan,
Yeah.
do we
Yes.
have
Yes.
to learn Japanese first?
Mm,
He
Yeah,
he was asking whether
yeah.
if we want to study in Japan,
Yeah.
do we need to study Japanese language?
Japanese? But actually, no. Yeah. Actually, no. Yeah. Of course, if you want, then please learn Japanese. But without Japanese language skill, it's okay. It's okay because there are a lot of students, foreign students, or international students who do not speak English. Sorry, who do not speak Japanese. Yes.
All
Yeah.
right.
Only English is enough. Yeah.
Okay. So you don't need to, but it's very helpful if you learn
Yeah.
Japanese, right? Because
Yeah.
you can read every information maybe in MRT, transportation, or public places. So it will help you to get around in Japan, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. That was the end of our session today, 3-in-1 program. Give applause again for Dr. Onitsuka Sensei.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
So I would like to say, okay. When I say thank you, you say? Thank you. They said arigato
Thank you.
gozaimasu. Okay, all right. Thank you very much for you. Let's give applause for you yourself. Okay, Mr. Eddie, you want to ask something or already finished? Okay.
Okay.
So that was the Mr. Eddie. Pak Eddie mau tanya?
Yes. Okay.
Okay, boleh.
Thank
One
you.
more.
Thank you
Yes.
for the great material, Dr. Onitsuka.
Thank you.
Okay. We will come again to Kyoto University.
Yeah.
See you again.
See you again. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, so thank you, Mr. Dr. Edi Purwanto. Yeah, I'm going to make a conclusion. So, ladies and gentlemen, in conclusion, the lecture on current issues in rural planning in Japan and communication technology for new rural governance has shed light on the critical intersection of rural development and communication technology in the context of Japan. We have learned that Japan, like many other countries, is grappling with the evolving challenges and opportunities in rural area. The integration of communication technology in rural planning is becoming increasingly essential. With the rapid urbanization and aging population trends, Japan is faced with the imperative to revitalize and sustain its rural communities. Communication technology can play a pivotal role in addressing these challenges. It provides tools for enhancing communication and collaboration among rural leaders, key individuals, and communities, ultimately contributing to more efficient and effective rural governance. So, as Japan continues to address the multifaceted challenges in its rural areas, it is evident that the fusion of rural planning and communication technology will be shaping the future of these communities, that is rural area. So with thoughtful strategies and innovative approaches, Japan can not only preserve the cultural and economic heritage of its rural areas, but also leverage communication technology to usher in a new era of rural governance that is efficient, inclusive, and resilient. My name is Novi Heriati. Thank you very much for attending this 3-in-1 program. I would like to say thank you to Dr. Dwi Retno Andriani, Dr. Edi Purwanto, Mr. Septian, all of the attendees, and especially to Mr. Kenichiro Onitsuka, PhD. So that's all. Thank you very much. I'll turn it over to Jeda Ayu Ingrida. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much for our keynote speaker, Associate Professor Kenichiro Onitsuka. Domo arigatou gozaimasu.
Arigato.
And our moderator, Ms. Novi Haryati. Finally, we come to the end of the event, i.e. the closing. Maybe there's some close speech or comment from Mrs. Retno? There is enough or something you would to say to us?
Okay, thank you so much for Sensei Kenichiro Onitsuka for the sharing today. I hope we meet again in Kyoto University on November.
Yeah.
See you again. Thank you so
you
much.
also come to Japan.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you so much,
okay.
and see you again. Okay.
See you. Yeah. Looking forward to it.
Thank you, Mrs. Retno. So I, as the host and behalf of Committee 3-in-1 program, are sorry of their mistakes. We hope this event have beneficial for all of us. And thank you for joining us. Good afternoon and have a pleasant day. Bye, everyone. Thank you so much.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Thank you very much. Say arigato gozaimasu
you.
together.
Arigatou gozaimasu. Bye. Thank you.
All right.
Have a good time.
Thank you.
See you. Thank you.
Baik adik-adik, terima kasih. Thank you very much. Class dismissed.
Ingat, selalu recheck sebelum ke gocek.
Makasih Pak Edi.
Kau begitu sempurna, di mataku kau begitu indah.
Makasih Mbak Novi, sorry, rada error iki mau.
Akan selalu